Hey, Vikings draft is over. Rick stuck with the sixth round pick. Um, Took Jalen Twyman. Looks like he's a interior defensive lineman. So that's it. We had no seventh round picks. Unbelievable. Who had money on Rick not trading up into the second round with all those thirds, or trading back into the seventh to amass multiple picks? Because those are surprises. And I know that it's kind of a tired joke. Like, Rick into seventh rounders, but it's still kind of surprising he didn't do that. Um, so there you go. Unless they suddenly now trade like a player to get a pick. That's it for the draft. And you know, I like the like the big thing, big takeaway on this draft. You got two guys for your offensive line who should start right away. That's the banner headline. Everyone's going to talk about the Kellen Mond pick probably, but the picks that really matter right now for 2021, Christian Darrishaw, and Wyatt Davis. Those two guys should start right away. And Wyatt Davis is a rookie, a third round rookie, but again, guards ain't there. It's not like he's got to beat out Randall McDaniel to get a starting spot. So yeah, they didn't always do what I thought they'd do, position wise or spot in the draft. I mean, but I like these picks. I like everything except for the Kellen Mond pick. But I'm softened on that some because if you look at it, that they got that pick by trading down when they went from 14 to 23 and took Darrishaw anyway. It's almost like a free pick. I mean, yeah, you don't want to look at it that way, like it's a throwaway in the third round. But it's not like, if that pick doesn't pan out, if that turns out to be a bust, it's a really huge loss because you didn't even have that pick in the first place, 48 hours ago. So yeah, we got we got a nice little sprinkling of different positions here. We didn't draft a kicker, so I'm sure we'll be picking up usually all the undrafted free agent signings that starts to trickle out. Usually the night of day 3. So we'll probably hear of some kicker that no one's ever heard of that we're bringing in to compete. But other than that, there's not much that they didn't address. I thought maybe they would take more than the one guard, but I mean, they have players who can be backup guards. Our issue is, man, we need guys who can actually be viable starters, and I think we have that now. I think Darrishaw, Davis, Bradbury, Cleveland, O'Neal. That's all of them young. Like, what O'Neal will be in his fourth year, I think, this year, and he'll be the elder statesman of that offensive line. Like that's good, man. We got a lot younger, and I think a lot better on the offensive line in the last 2 days. I really like everything I'm hearing about this receiver we took today from Iowa. I'm very hopeful of that. But yeah, and we got some, I think we got good value, and it sounds silly to say off a 7-9 season, but I didn't think coming into this draft we really had many holes to worry about, because we did so much work in free agency, and I think the holes that the spots on the roster where there's a definite opening, I think they pretty much all got filled. And we always seem to hit on one or two undrafted guys every year. So there's probably still going to be a couple guys who, I mean, obviously a kicker. We might have a kicker who's an undrafted free agent starting for us next year. But I wouldn't say I'm as over the moon on this draft as I was last year. Like last year, you knew they really did good. And I think they did. I think they did very good today, or for this draft too. But and I think they did such a good job in free agency of kind of you know getting that stopgap player in a lot of spots. Like you know, a lot of the defensive guys we drafted in this draft won't see the field much. You know, hopefully they won't. Obviously, injuries can change things, but yeah, I think this was a very very good draft. Most importantly, we got the two linemen. We got the left tackle to replace Reef, and we got the guard to replace Dozier. Massive upgrades, I think, at both those spots now. Not to say that Reef was terrible, but you know, I still think that's to get a long-term left tackle. That's a huge, huge move. And yeah, got some good depth. Some promising depth. This tight end that we took, he looks like a beast. I mean, again, everybody looks great in their highlights, but the odds are pretty good with our track record that we've hit on a couple of these guys. And look, the players we took. Some of them are not going to pan out. There's always going to be guys who are busts. Like I certainly don't think Dershaw's a bust, but like obviously Mond would be the one I would pencil in as a bust. But I think considering the way it kind of worked out, where you got to essentially have a free pick there, it's acceptable to take a flyer, and if it works out, hey, that's great. But the better news is not the young quarterback we got. The best news is that we got some really good new guys up front to protect the very good quarterback that we already have. And I'm and now of course we'll have this like the second wave, a little bit of free agency. There's still some guys out there. I don't know that they're gonna even need to really go out and sign like another guard or anything. They might sign a corner. Just like little pieces here to fill in. Obviously, if any more news comes out about Gladney in the coming weeks, that might influence them to go make one more move, like for a corner. And then of course the undrafted guys, we'll see if whoever they pick up for there, you can bet that there's going to be at least one guy there that's going to be something, because we've been very good at that over the years. So yeah, I'm very, very satisfied with this draft. I'm very satisfied that it ended early for us. I could just skip the whole 7th round because I don't care. And I guess if Rick that would be like the ultimate Rick move if he like trade, he'll trade like a 7th next year to move into the 7th this year or something. But no, I don't think that's going to happen. So I'm very satisfied with this draft. I think we've really, really upgraded at the most important position that we needed to coming into the draft. I think we've had a fantastic offseason. Aaron Rodgers might not be with the Packers. Let's fucking go, man. I am ready. It's only May 1st, but I wish it was September 1st. Can we just skip the summer? Not really. I don't want to skip the summer, but let's go, man. I'm ready. 2021 season. Let's go. Let's take this fucking division back. Let's make a fucking run with this nice roster we've got.